So the right-hander into the wind. His first pitch is swung out and hammered deep to right field. It is gone. A home run for Ohtani. The very first pitch of the game is hit into the right field stands. He is putting on a show early.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Castrovins. Today is Tuesday, May 27th. And if you give me about 10 minutes of your time, I'm going to catch you up on everything you need to know about baseball today, including one pitcher who can't stop hitting homers, another who finally got off the schneid, and all the other big moments from Memorial Day. Let's get to it. In my spare time, I've been studying up on this little-known player on the Dodgers who last season hit 54 home runs and stole 59 bases. If my research is correct, and I think it is, no one in MLB history had ever had a 50-50 season before, and that would seem to explain why this player won the NL MVP honor. This season, the same player has the top home run total in MLB and the best slugging percentage in the National League. But here's the crazy thing, and I don't know if you're going to believe me, but I swear what I'm about to say is true. He can also pitch. Now, unfortunately, this gentleman named Shohei Ohtani hasn't pitched in a long time because he had major elbow surgery in September of 2023. But on Sunday in Queens, he faced hitters for the first time since the surgery in a 22-pitch simulated session. His fastball reached up to 97 miles an hour, and this event was interesting enough to compel several members of the Mets, including manager Carlos Mendoza, to watch it live.
Yeah, he's Shohei Ohtani. We get an opportunity to watch him. Hopefully, I get to watch him in real games. That means we're playing against them in October. So because we play them in 10 days or so next week in LA. So yeah, hopefully if we get to face him, that'll be a good thing for us.
Ohtani will throw another simulated session next weekend. The thought of him returning to the mound to help a Dodgers team ravaged by pitching injuries is exciting, but so is what he can still do with the bat. On Sunday, shortly after his mound work, he led off the game against Kodai Senga and did what he does best.
That ball is smoked. He has now given up 2 home runs as he goes upper deck. Ohtani's 18th of the year. 2 pitches in, LA 1, the Mets nothing.
Now, doing that on the second pitch of the game is pretty cool. The only thing cooler would be, doing it on the first pitch of the game. And that's exactly what Ohtani did Monday night in Cleveland when facing Gavin Williams.
Ohtani climbs in. Williams has one that he likes, and off we go with Ohtani blasting the ball. Way gone! 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 run.
Ohtani's 19th homer of the season gave him sole possession ahead of Aaron Judge and Kyle Schwarber of the highest total in MLB. Ohtani also drew 2 walks and scored 3 runs in all in the Dodgers' 7-2 win over the Guardians. Not bad for a pitcher. And while we're on the subject of the Dodgers, how about a round of applause for the Freeman family? Freddie and his wife Chelsea have reportedly donated $1 million to the Children's Hospital of Orange County, which last year successfully treated their toddler son Maximus for Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare neurological illness that left him in intensive care for more than a week. That's a wonderful show of appreciation for his staff on the front lines doing life-saving work. If you completely ignored the MLB season and didn't look at the standings until Memorial Day, first off, how dare you? And secondly, you were probably shocked to see the Baltimore Orioles in dead last in the American League East, on pace to lose more than 100 games. All the worst fears about this Orioles team not having done enough to address its rotation in the offseason have been realized. And a big reason for that was the club's largest free agent pitching acquisition, Charlie Morton, has in his age 41 season looked, as the kids say, washed. Things were so bad that the O's decided to temporarily move Morton and his ERA north of 9 to the bullpen to give him a much-needed rest. Maybe that worked, because in his return to the rotation against the Cardinals at Camden Yards on Monday, Morton looked much more like the pitcher who commanded $15 million in the open market.
The 2-2 right down the middle, strike 3 called. He froze him with a fastball. Charlie Morton threw 6 frames in his finest start in Baltimore.
Old Uncle Charlie had his best start of the season, working a season-high 6 innings in which he allowed 2 runs and 4 hits in the Orioles' 5-2 victory. He got 10 whiffs on his own Uncle Charlie, the curveball. Baltimore had previously been 0-12 when Morton pitched this season. His first victory also made him the oldest pitcher in Orioles history to record a quality start. Oh, and there's this. The Orioles have now won 3 straight games for the first time this season. They are nowhere near out of the woods, and neither, frankly, is Morton. But boy, do they need to see this. Coming up, we saw more Mets magic on Monday. That's after the break. Last season, the Mets had a special brand of magic going on thanks to their pop-singing infielder Jose Iglesias, their ceremonial mascot named Grimace, a playoff pumpkin, and other oddities. This year's club has had fewer bits, but no less magic, as we saw Monday when the Mets erased a 1-0 deficit against the White Sox with a Juan Soto sacrifice fly in the 8th and manufactured the winning run in the 9th. It came with a runner at third and Francisco Lindor at the plate.
Francisco swings and flies one to right. That's deep. Tauchman goes back. He makes the catch, and Taylor can walk on in with the winning run, and the Mets win it 2-1.
That sacrifice fly was Lindor's 3rd walk-off of the season and completed the Mets' 13th comeback win of the season. The Mets' 20-6 record at Citi Field ties their best home record through 26 games, and their 16 walk-off wins since the start of 2024 are second only to the Giants, who have 17 in that span. There was drama behind home plate prior to Monday's game between the Padres and Marlins at Petco Park when an MVB, that's most valuable beekeeper, was called upon to remove a swarm of bees that threatened to disrupt the first pitch. And there was drama at home plate in the bottom of the 11th when the Padres had runners on the corners with Jake Cronenworth at the plate and Cade Gibson on the mound.
That one kicks away. Here comes Tyler Wade. He is safe.
With that wild pitch walk-off, the Padres prevailed 4-3. A 3-run double from Anthony Volpe keyed the Yankees' 5-1 win over the Angels. Watch out for the Rays. Zach Littell pitched 6 1/3 strong innings. Jonathan Aranda launched a 3-run homer as the Rays extended the major's longest active winning streak to 6 games with a 7-2 victory over the Twins in Tampa. The second-place Rays are above 500 for the first time since April 5th. It was a Memorial Day sellout in Milwaukee, and Brewers leadoff man Jackson Chourio got the crowd into it right away on the very first pitch that Red Sox ace Garrett Crochet threw.
Swing and a drive. Deep left center. Welcome to Memorial Day. Ambush City from Jackson Chourio for number 8.
The Brewers went on to a 3-2 win over Boston. Jamison Tyone was perfect into the 5th inning and terrific for 6 1/3 as the first-place Cubs beat the Rockies 3-1 on a windy one at Wrigley. Nick Martinez had his 6th straight quality start in the Reds' 7-4 victory in Kansas City. Riley Green drove in a pair as the Tigers beat the Giants 3-1 in Motown. The Blue Jays' Kevin Gossman outdid the Rangers' Jacob deGrom in a 2-1 victory in a pitcher's duel in Texas. Eugenio Suarez hit his 15th homer of the season in the D-backs' 5-0 home win over the Pirates. Coming up tonight, the Phillies have had a monster month of May with a 17-6 record that has them in the pole position in the NL East, while the Braves are lagging in 3rd place, 8.5 games back. But the Braves have 100% more Ronald Acuna Jr. and Spencer Strider than they did when these clubs last faced each other in early April. And Strider will be getting the start opposite Ranger Suarez when the Braves host the Phils at 6:45 Eastern Time tonight in Truist Park in a game that will be broadcast nationally by TBS. You can also check out the MLB.tv free game of the day when the Mariners host the Nationals at 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 local. That's all for today's morning lineup. Matt Monaghan will be back in the driver's seat for you tomorrow. Until next time, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review, share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and enjoy the games today.